Good morning, this is Rich Nelson with Allendale. We have a special update for you. Today's date is June 12th of 2018. Now today is USDA's monthly supply demand report day, and for June, this gives us a partial look at what's really going on with these crops here, and certainly how this influences the U.S. balance sheet. As a reminder, USDA does not really address some of the issues that many people want to see on these reports for the June numbers. So in other words, there's no change for the acreage numbers to discuss, and also USDA at this point is still using trend yield for both corn and soybeans. So this is mainly a change in demand discussion here as far as old and new crop, as well as a change in production among South American competitors here as well. Now on the corn balance sheet as far as USDA did lower the old crop corn stock number from 2.182 billion bushels to now 2.102. This came from a 75 million bushel increase for exports. And of course, the export numbers were coming because of declines from South American production. So as far as this number, a little more than the trade expected, therefore a little positive on the old crop side. New crop also saw a good decline here as well. Obviously, we have some carry-in stocks which were lowered due to the old crop change. On top of that, we had a 25 million bushel drop for feed use. That, of course, would be a little bearish, but that was more than offset by a 50 million bushel increase for the corn for ethanol numbers for new crop as well. So new crop stocks falling from last month's 1.682 to now 1.577 billion bushels. So certainly on the demand side, a bullish report to discuss for corn. And as far as the reasons why, USDA did leave the Argentine corn crop unchanged on this report at 33 million tons. The completed corn crop, though, was lowered for Brazil from 87 to now 85 million tons. So as a whole, a tightening supply picture here for corn, and this was carried over onto the new crop balance sheet as well. As a reminder here for you guys on the new crop numbers, 159 million tons was last month's world ending stock number. Now it's seen at 155 million tons, so a good decline there. And this is actually a very good decline from the old crop stock number of 193 million tons. So as a reminder, the world corn story is tightening, both in the U.S. and certainly on the world side as well. Now as far as soybeans, these numbers were tightened up a little more than trade was expecting as well. Old crop soybean stocks were lowered from 530 million bushels to now 505. And this decline came from a 25 million bushel increase for domestic crush. We really don't argue too much at all with that number here. Over on the new crop side, we of course did see some moderate changes on the imports, of course, on the beginning stocks due to the changes on the old crop balance sheet. But in addition to that, USDA did lower some crush as well as some export numbers on the new crop side that helped mitigate some of the excitement here. So new crop stocks falling from 415 million bushels to now 385 million bushels. So supportive for old and new crop there as well. And part of the reason for this change on the competitor side of things here, Argentina's crop was drawn down from 39 million tons to now 37. Brazil was raised up by 1 million ton to now 119. As a whole, though, no major change on the world ending stock side of things here. Now, as far as wheat, USDA did make some moderate changes. We'll just only discuss the new crop numbers because old crop is more or less done now. It finished up on May 31st, and USDA will actually not address the complete balance sheet numbers until July. Once again, all the data for the usage up until May 31st. So as far as these numbers on new crop wheat stocks, they were lowered from 955 million bushels last month to now 946, and the main reason there was an increase in exports. Now, speaking of the export issue and more importantly the competitor side as far as production, USDA did make some moderate changes to the numbers across the board for 2018. Speaking specifically from some of the numbers that trade wanted to see, well, Russia's crop was lowered pretty good, 3.5 million tons to now 68.5. So a good start to there. Many people suggest there's more declines coming. For the Argentine crop, they chose to leave that unchanged at 24 million tons. As a reminder, a lot of the trade will suggest this Australian crop will need to be lowered again at some point. as well as another drop for Russia as well in the coming weeks as well. So mainly a main point for this discussion is lowered ending stocks across the board: corn, soybeans, and wheat. This is positive for the trade and does give us a new breath of fresh air, so to speak, after what's been a very harsh downtrend in pricing. However, as many people will point out, USDA still has not yet addressed the acreage and yield numbers. So on this discussion point, don't expect this raging rally here yet without any type of weather movement on this discussion. So any questions, give Alan Dale a call, 1-800-262-7538.